I'm Maddie. Coming up on today's edition of Mainstream, a new Florida law leads to new safety protocols on campus, Oviedo High School establishes its theme for the school year, our film class participates in Horror Fest, and an Oviedo grad achieves an emotional milestone. Stay tuned, you're watching WROR-TV. Hey Oviedo, I'm Maddie and welcome to our first edition of Mainstream, our news magazine show taking a deeper dive into the stories around our campus. We have reached the end of the first quarter and most notable change this year has come at the hands of the Florida legislature. School safety has always brought with it several protocols, but this year there's a new wrinkle to day-to-day function for students. Here's Marley with more.
For today's students, their time in school may seem like a never-ending stream of new safety measures. From locked classroom doors to safe corners and security cameras. But a new law, House Bill 1473, from the Florida Legislative, has now required that all unmanned doors in all buildings must be locked when students are in attendance. As a result, administration found themselves with additional duties added to their job this year.
If class starts at 7:20 first period, that means we have to be there till 7:25 to let the students in who are late. Also, between periods, we had to be there to open up the doors for them. Anytime a student had to leave a building to go to a different area, security then took over and they were running all over campus unlocking doors for students throughout the day.
And with its more open concept, the Oviedo High School campus finds itself at a disadvantage. More buildings means more doors that have to be manned or locked.
And we're more like a college campus. There's not one main entrance that everyone uses. So we had to be strategic and say, building 8, these are the main entrances. When it comes to building 13, these are the main entrances.
And while restrooms are available in the interior of most buildings, some spots on campus require students to exit the building to get to a restroom, like these fine art classes in Building 5.
During lunch, all the buildings are closed and the students aren't allowed to go into the buildings. And especially in Building 5, there's no bathroom back here, so we have to go somewhere else. And then when we come back, the doors are locked and we can't really get in.
There's a lot of frustration around that. Students don't know where to go to the bathroom. We don't have a bathroom in our hallways, so they're kind of wandering around a little bit because is the media center open? Is the upstairs unlocked? Do they have to go all the way up to the front office? So it can be take a really good chunk of time out of our class because it'll take 5 minutes to walk to the front office and 5 minutes to come back.
The solution? The district installed key card readers, and each student was given an ID card to swipe for entrance.
When it came to the planning, there were specific doors that we were going to use, and then once that was done, we decided on the doors, well then those card readers have to be installed.
And while having to unlock doors in every building may be a speed bump in the hustle and bustle of campus life, student safety is always the priority.
The point of this is to keep our campuses safe. So from this point on, if someone should enter a building, we know who it was who entered that building, we know when they entered because all that is recorded. So this is going to help ensure keep our campuses safe, and it's also going to get our students used to college because many colleges use this same system where you have to scan your card to enter a building.
And this year, students are certainly getting a portion of that college experience. From WROR-TV, I'm Marley Moore.
Every year as the school year begins, our administration identifies a theme of emphasis. Last year's was the acronym FOCUS, which stood for Follow One Course Until Success. You've undoubtedly seen this year's theme, Belonging, on posters and banners around campus. Reporter Allison Alford has the story behind this year's selection.
Here at Oviedo High School, our administration team is always looking for ways to improve our school. One way that they do this is by taking a survey of all the students, teachers, and staff each year.
So after looking at the data from our climate survey, we noticed that our school was in need of building stronger relationships among teams. And so we thought, well, what better way to do that than to make a theme of belonging and to get our teams to do activities together.
PTSA has really done a good job supporting that. How they're doing that is they gave us Kona Ice. So once a month, Kona Ice comes and all the faculty and staff get free Kona Ice. And to support PTSA, this year we purchased Hawaiian Lion shirts for the faculty and staff to wear on that Wednesday.
Across campus, the Best Buddies Club is already fostering a strong sense of belonging among students.
Best Buddies works on belonging by including children that have intellectual and developmental disabilities on campus that are isolated from the rest of the campus, and they get a chance to meet other students, and we have fun activities, and it really just is beneficial for everyone and creates new friendships all across the campus.
An inter-club council is in the works to help spread the spirit of belonging across all the clubs at our school.
It's really hard to get students at Oviedo High School together after school. So we want to, at the next Wellness Day, pull together some of the leaders from each club and talk about what's going on with Oviedo and maybe come up with a whole school effort among the student body to celebrate some type of event.
In order for belonging to reach the entire student body, it needs to start at the top with the administrators.
On our administration team, every month, one of us decides what we're going to do that month. So we have an event. So far we've done like a painting class, we've done a cooking class, we're gonna do a Friendsgiving, and we have an escape room planned. So we are modeling that for our teachers. The students will then see us belonging together and want to be part of that movement as well.
As we create a community where everyone is valued and connected, we are establishing a sense of belonging that will reach every corner of our campus. For WROR-TV, I'm Allison Alford.
This month of October meant Red Ribbon Week was being recognized by several of the local elementary schools. It's a fitting time to check out the work from two of our videographers and editors, Noah Headland and Skylar Klinker, who produced this anti-vaping PSA. And of course, what's the month of October without a little spookiness? This month, our filmmaking class, Digital Line Productions, was hard at work on the entries for the Student Television Network's Horror Fest. Submissions could total no more than 60 seconds, and this year's theme was Technology Can Be an Evil Thing. So, if you missed it on our Halloween broadcast, here's an entry from producers Steven Alonzo, Michael Colazzo, Luca Giampapa, and Anthony Meso.
Come on, almost there. Wait, no, what's going on? Where am I?
Finally today, September was Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. It was 6 years ago when the campus was shocked to learn that the senior class president was diagnosed with bone cancer. That student was Britton Daniel, the son of our principal, and the start of this school year, Britton reached a significant moment in his health journey. Here's reporter Caden Martz.
It was 6 years ago that Britton Daniel started his senior year at Oviedo High, a year in which he undoubtedly had many plans.
I became senior class president my senior year. I did football and basketball all 3 to 4 years. So I was really involved. I really loved Oviedo.
But in the second week of school, Britton was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma, a rare bone cancer diagnosed in only 250 Americans each year. All of a sudden, everything changed, and he was given a 30% chance of survival.
It really made my life take a left turn. I couldn't go to school anymore. I had to do school online. Within 5 days of being diagnosed, I was starting chemo, and it was really just a life-altering thing.
I guess it was his junior year. During spring, he started having some issues with his hip, pain in his hip, and we were trying to figure that out, and we couldn't. And he came back senior year, beginning of senior year, first week of football, and it was still bothering him, and we didn't know what was going on and thought he should go for further tests. And then that's what we found out, that Britton was diagnosed as well.
Erica Zamolzak-Coe leads the athletic training program and had worked with Britton during his time at Oviedo. She was no stranger to Ewing sarcoma, as she had lost her brother almost 2 decades earlier to the exact same disease.
My very first month that I was working as a teacher at Oviedo High School is when my brother passed away. So the support of the community and the teachers and staff was outstanding and really helped me get through that really hard time in my life.
And 19 years later, that same community came together to support Britton in his journey, starting a campaign called Be 11 Strong and raising money for his treatment.
I had no idea how much that support system meant to me at the time, but now looking back on it and seeing other people's cancer stories, it is nothing like I've ever seen.
Everyone wore yellow in honor of childhood cancer, and then we actually started a thing. I had read a Japanese legend, that if you fold 1,000 cranes, origami cranes, that it's supposed to help with healing, and if you make one wish, it's supposed to grant it. So the school came together and we did 1,000 paper cranes. The teams folded them, classes folded them, individuals folded them, and handed them to Britton on senior night, which was a special moment, I think, for everyone.
And at the end of the summer, Britton achieved 5 years in remission, giving him a new status in his journey.
So at the 5-year mark, you become officially cancer-free and you get to ring the bell officially. And that's what just happened this past month with me.
Now, he's looking forward to the next milestones in life.
It is weird to think about 5 years ago I did have this cancer. I was trying to go to school, just trying to play football, play basketball, and just try to live my life as a 17-year-old kid. What I really care about now is I really want to be a dad. I really want to get the most out of life. I want to go see things. So it's just a little bit different perspective compared to most 18-year-olds going to college.
And going into his final year of nursing school, he finds himself with a decidedly different outlook than he had entering his final year of high school. For WROR-TV, I'm Kaden Martz.
That's all we have for you today, Oviedo. We're currently working on stories for Election Day next week, so be sure to tune in to our coverage. Until then, have a great weekend, and as always, go Lions!